Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen from runfitmama.net and you can find me on Instagram at runfitmama. Well, I thought I'd come on here and just kind of update you all on a couple of different things. So first of all, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm training for my next Dopey Challenge race. This will be my third Dopey Challenge and my fourth marathon because I did Goofy in January of this year. And with that, I'm really excited to say that my friend Devin and I from Zippity Tees, you might know her, or from Fit Fab Disney on Instagram, we came up with a Dopey Challenge strength training and running program that is starting September 1st. The big question we've been getting is, do I have to be doing Dopey in order to join the group? No, you don't. You can be running any of the races virtually or in person, or if it's just something that you want to do to keep up with your strength and your running, it's absolutely for you. Once we announced that we were doing a Dopey strength training and run program, everyone was like, well, what about summer? We want to build up our base training. So we added in our in summer program and we sort of themed it after Frozen because the Run Disney virtual series are all Frozen themed this year. So we called it In Summer. I will spare you any other singing. But that starts June 1st and that's going June, July, and August. It's $99 for the full summer program, 3 days of strength training, 3 days of running. And the best part is we're going to be doing Zoom check-ins and accountability. And one of the biggest things that we really wanted to incorporate was corrective exercise and some yoga. So there will be some runner's yoga in there and any corrective exercise tips you might need on your running form or squatting form or just any other help like that. Also, if you're on Facebook, please join my Dopey 2023 purple heart, green heart, purple heart, green heart. There's a reason why I use so many emojis and I'll explain that in a second. But please feel free to join my Facebook group if you want any updates on that, or just you have a bunch of questions about running or just want some solidarity with all the mileage that we have to do. Everyone in there is super amazing, cheerful, and encouraging. And once a month we get together for a Zoom and we just talk about how we're doing, what's our training like, and any other questions people might have. The reason why there's 4 emojis in the title is because in 2018 when I did Dopey, I immediately put on my Facebook page, I was like, oh my gosh, who's gonna do the next anniversary weekend with me? And a couple of friends were like, me. So of course, because I thought that was so far away, I created a Facebook group for it of like 12 people. And now it's grown to about 500, which is incredible. But I feel a little silly always telling people to add all those emojis into the search. So recently I went onto my Instagram and I asked everyone to give me all of their running questions they might have at this time. And here's a compiled list of what they all asked. One of the biggest questions I got asked is, how do you incorporate strength training when the mileage is getting really, really long, especially in the fall? Well, a normal week for me, I strength train probably about 4 times a week. I'd like to say 5, but realistically, it's more like 4. And I try to get core work in as often as I can. So when I do those 4 days of strength training, I make sure I'm doing compound lifts like squatting, deadlifting, overhead press, bench press, things like that. That's going to be using my whole body, because if we have a goal like running, it's going to be taking up a lot of our time. So we can't get too hung up on the fact that, oh no, I didn't do 14 sets of triceps today. What am I missing in my program? So when I program my strength training workouts for my clients on my Move Strong program, I like to keep that in mind, that we are all busy. We all need to get a full body workout more than once or twice a week. So I program 4 days of full body workouts just for that reason. Now, as the mileage gets higher in the fall, I tend to take away one of those days of strength training. It gets really difficult, like I said, to fit in all of this mileage and an hour of strength training when I need it to be a couple times a week. So usually I will scale it back to about 45 to 50 minutes 3 times a week, and then I will add in mobility and core at the end of my workout. The thing is, you really have to learn to let go of perfection. So I know for me, if I have a list of things to do and I can't get the whole list done, I tend to feel really bad about it. So there are often times in my workout where I will look at all the things I need to get done and I will pick the most important things like squatting, overhead pressing, deadlifting, planks, things like that I really need to be a strong runner, and I get those done first. And if other things just don't happen that day, I try to let it go. Now, if you've done Dopey before, you know that we have to do a lot of simulation weekends where we run Thursday through Sunday. That doesn't give your legs a lot of time to recover if you're working out your legs a couple times a week. So when it gets to like November, December, there will be times where I probably only do 1 leg day, and I probably need to go a little heavier on the amount of weight I'm using and do more reps. And remember, it's just temporary. It's just a few months out of the year. So at this point during the summer, I'm really working on getting as heavy as I can with my lifts. So that way, when I'm starting to increase the mileage, it's not like I'm really having to go down that much. And remember, when you're doing your run program, you will be scheduled to be doing a lot of hills or sprint work, and that also can count as some strength training for your lower body. If you do sign up with us for our in-summer run program or our Dopey Challenge program, you will be getting things like sprint work and hills added in and factored into that. That sort of drives me into my next question. So I just got certified from RRCA to be a run coach. I've been a runner for about 12 years, and I never, even though I have coached a lot of people past their first finish line for half marathons and marathons, I guess I never really viewed myself as a run coach because I just assumed a run coach has to be someone who's practically an Olympic level runner. Even though I know myself and I know how much knowledge I've accumulated just over years of mistakes I have made in running. The biggest thing that I haven't done is an easy pace. Now, I think we all think we know what our easy pace is, but that's why you need a run coach to tell you to slow down, and here's why. 80% of your running should be done at an easy pace. Even Olympians take their 80% easy runs in their training, okay? And that's because your body needs to recover, but it still needs movement. So let's say your easy pace is supposed to be 13 minutes a mile. You should be able to be singing the ABCs while you're doing these easy pace runs. But let's say your easy pace is that 13 minute, right? And you'd run your easy paces at 11 and a half. You're in something called the gray zone where you're never recovering because you're technically too fast for your easy pace recovery run, and you're a little bit too slow in order for that to be considered speed work. So factoring in those easy pace runs, speed work, your marathon paced runs, all of those things will help prepare you for marathon day. I am so excited to see what the summer will bring, not only for all of my clients and for all of you, but for me as well. I'm really excited to implement all of the things I learned, and I've already started the last few weeks, and wow, it's been a drastic change. One thing I have noticed that's pretty common is that people do not do a run warm-up. So it is important to always warm up before you run. I don't care if it's your easy pace run, you need to warm up. A lot of people ask, what run warm-up should I be doing? So I told people simply, 3 to 5 minutes of foam rolling. You want to be doing some dynamic stretching, some calf raises and calf stretches, because for me, that really helps, especially with my heels, and 5 to 10 minutes of walking to warm up before you begin your run. It's really important that you're not just putting your shoes on and heading out the door. You might come up with some injuries later down the road. And with that, you also want to be properly cooling down. So walking 3 to 5 minutes after your run. I sometimes will again foam roll because my IT bands can get really, really tight. And then this is where I do some more static stretching. Think of more of a yoga flow to get really deep into those muscles. If you're someone like me that you find that sometimes you have hip flexor issues or just side TFL issues, the muscles on the side of your hips, I like to activate my glutes before I run. So I do glute bridges, I do some side leg raises, some clamshells, things like that. You have to remember sometimes the glutes are just a little bit asleep, and so we want to kind of wake them up before we start our run. If you'd like more information about this, I can record another warm up and cool down video. Another question I had from a lot of people was pre and post run fuel. Before your run, you want to think carbohydrates, medium amount of protein, and small amount of fat. So something like a bagel with some peanut butter or a banana and some peanut butter will be able to just get you out the door and go. Post-run, it would be a great idea to do something like a smoothie because it's packed full of vitamins and minerals. You can add a lot of fruit and vegetables to it, so quick carbohydrates, and you can add some protein powder. Now, during your runs, it's really important to fuel again every 30 to 45 minutes. Studies are now saying that even novice marathoners could really benefit from every 30 minutes. So this is a time where you want to be practicing your nutrition, taking in something like a gel or some blocks, or even if you want to go a more natural route, something like applesauce or dates have worked really well for me. The biggest takeaway from this is please do not be afraid to eat before and after and during your runs. I know that people are very weight conscious in our society, but right now your marathon training is not the time that you need to be restricting calories. That's only going to work against you. It's going to lead to injury. It's going to lead to early fatigue, and you're going to feel like absolute crap on your runs. So I had a lot of other questions about mobility, about what exercises to do for strong knees and things like that. I'm going to make a couple of reels on Instagram since it's easier to show you instead of talk about it, but I will also be recording some videos for the future to upload on this channel. If you have any questions about strength training, running, or anything like that, please comment down below and let me know, or you can reach out to me on Instagram and I would love to help you. And as for everyone who is Dopey training or about to start Dopey training, I hope your base training is going well, you're feeling strong and confident, and I hope that this is the best year ever for all of us running wise, and I'm so excited to keep you updated on my training, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.